Spring is just around the corner, but we're still dealing with a little bit of frostbite here at Kokomo Speedway. Welcome to Grease Vision. Welcome to the TCR Sprint Car Series for the Frostbite 50. Hello everyone, my name is Davis Warren. We'll be joined by Trent Curtis here in just a quick moment, but we are getting ready for one more quick round of sprint car racing here with the TCR Sprint Car Series. A bit of a conjunction event over with the iRacing Dirt Late Model Series. That'll be running a conjoined event here in the Frostbite 50. So, big night coming up here. Got about 10 cars here ready to take on this very tight racetrack in Kokomo, Indiana, just about an hour north of Indianapolis and the Speedway. And we've got some great racing to come. Now this, if you're familiar with the TCR Sprint Car Series, this is a little bit of a sanctioned event with the series, but it is a non-points event. So again, we are doing two races here tonight. One will be here on Grease Vision with the sprint cars. Another will be on another platform on YouTube with the dirt late models. But it's going to be two 25-lap events here. A lot of big action coming up. Qualifying coming up in just a few minutes as we are gearing up for racing. And this could be a fun one. This track is getting worked in very nicely. As you can see in that background there, got a couple grooves really starting to work in here. Going to be interesting to see how this very tight racetrack can develop and see what this can produce. Now it's a lot shorter race tonight as well. So, you know, normally we're looking at 35 lap races, or maybe for a track like this, maybe a few more laps. But it's a special event here, again, with the iRacing Dirt Late Model Series. And this is going to be a shorter event, with just the feature being only 25 laps. That is like less than 10 miles. So it's going to be a quick one. But we still have some heats to run as well. Good, I imagine we're looking at about 2 heats here, if I had to guess. So plenty of action on tap. Once we're done with qualifying here, we will get into those heats, do a little bit of a warm-up, and we'll get ready for some racing. So, going to be a lot of fun. Tonight's myself again, Davis Warren, Trent Curtis, owner of the TCR Sprint Car Series, will be joining me here soon. He is dealing with some drivers meeting things as of right now. And I got Nathan Mon here producing for me. Appreciate him, as always, for being a part of this. So, as I look forward to that, I also want to look forward to tomorrow night for another event here on Grease Vision. We have got the Grease Car TK Racing Diecast Late Model Tour going to Nashville for the Kicking the Tires 100. First big money race of the season coming up. $40 on the line for that race. Going to be a lot of fun. I know Nathan and Logan are going to bring you the action here on Grease Vision. It's going to be a great time. Do we have?
With that one.
Absolutely. Is Trent here?
Finally got off of the tire for the driver's meeting and finally stepped over to the next press box over. How are we all doing tonight?
Man, we're great. What do you think this race is going to be like tonight?
I tell you what, we ran the Kokomo race here in the summer, and it was a lot, high flying. It's a short track, and with these powerful cars. You should see, I think you'll see a lot of slide drops tonight and a lot of close quarters racing. Hopefully everyone keeps it clean. They've been reminded that any wrecks on the last lap, you do not keep your spot if we determine that this is if it's not a racing deal, if you just threw it in there with no intent to make the corner, you will not keep your spot. So hopefully all the drivers keep it clean tonight. We are just about to roll into time trials here.
Looking forward to that. Drivers got to be very intentional with how they maneuver the racetrack, maneuver the pack, and find their way to the checkered flags. So, quick qualifying session here. Won't be like last week with the long drawn out qualifying. We got places to be. We got races to run. So we are going to do a quick little session here. See who can be top of the charts. It's going to be 2 laps for drivers to put down a quick time. As we see, I believe, is that Anthony Karf, yes, that is Anthony Karf made his TCR Sprint Car Series, I believe, debut last week.
The Ice Cream Man.
The Ice Cream Man, that's right. Cheese Man and the Ice Cream Man. Dairy all around here in the TCR Sprint Car Series.
It looks like, unfortunately, no Cheese Man here tonight. So, we just got one of the dairy options here.
Unbelievable. Shaking my head. Well, here's Matt Grimm, TCR Sprint Car Series champion for 2024. Looks like he just put down, I believe, the quick time out of 3 cars.
For those new to the series, Matt Grimm, our Season 3 champion this year with 3 wins. And not only 3 wins, if there was a big race this year, he won it. He won our Winston All-Star event. He won the Nittany Nationals. And now he is looking for a clean sweep of the Triple Crown here this year.
How much money has he won this year?
He has won 192 of my dollars.
Goodness. Need to be more responsible. John Helms. Boy, that's a lot of names right there. I see Big Bacon Media. I like that.
It looks like, wow, very quickly, everyone looks like they've done their laps. And again, to the top of the board, 2nd straight week in a row, it is Taylor Weiland from Burr Ferry, Louisiana. So, and looks like John Helms has loaded up the car and went home. Early exit for John Helms.
Oh, that's a shame. Must have broke something in qualifying.
Must have. But Taylor Weiland in the House of Speed, Vanderpool Construction, Bill's Towing, TWR 25 car. Again, with the quick time and qualifying here.
Quick time this week and last week as well. So, saw him fade a little bit in the heat and then eventually DNF'd from the season finale last week. Hoping he can have a little bit better showing here. Again, sounds like he's got the foot for the quick times. Just needs to try to put a race together. So hopefully we'll see him have a good showing here. As we are getting ready to grid for heat number 1, and it is Taylor Weiland on the pole, Caden Berry second, Logan Hoskins, the Lucas Oil winner, in third, Joseph Grandy in fourth, and Anthony Karf, Ice Cream Man himself, rounding out the field. This will be interesting. So, a lot of heavy hitters here. Again, we talked about Taylor Weiland being very quick. Obviously, Caden Berry showed a lot of speed last week in the season finale. Logan Hoskins won himself a race this year. A lot of talent in this first heat.
They're big hitters in this heat race here. Should be really interesting to see how this goes here. A lot of these guys, this is the first time with the series for a lot of these guys to this racetrack. As you see, the sun is rising on a new day here. 5-car heat, we shall see. I think Caden Berry last week showed a lot of promise after kind of showing up just at Lernerville here. So we'll see if Weiland has anything for them in this heat race.
Going to be interesting as we are 1 degree in here. I have no idea where the pace track exits the racetrack. Looks like it's right there.
Yeah, right off turn 2 as they come through 3 and 4 here now. Taylor Weiland winds them up. Green flag is out for heat number 1.
Nice jump for Taylor Weiland. He's going to ride the bottom, hold that lead, and Hoskins is going to try to take the second spot away from Berry.
Logan Hoskins challenges to the top side here. Berry's hugging the bottom as he gets the run, but Hoskins has enough momentum off the top to hold on side by side. Berry clears him. Hoskins to the bottom. Slide job on Berry to get second back.
What line do you even want to be in here? The short way is a very short way, but it seems like the highway is a very quick way. So where do you even want to run right now?
When I ran here, my preferred lane was hugging right around those tires. It is a lot flatter though, so if you can get the car worked up on the top, you will be in good shape later on tonight.
Berry solidifies himself back in the second position, tracking down Taylor Weiland with just 4 laps to go this time by. Can he track him down and make the pass?
Barry was 3/10 quicker last time by. He is on the doorstep. Weiland hits the wall.
Well, that's old news here in this sprint car series this season.
We have 1 lap to go this time by. Barry on the tail tank of Taylor Weiland. Weiland slides and Taylor Weiland wins it.
Wineland wins it. Barry second. And Wineland will hang on for the pole position. So we'll rack him up for heat number 2.
Heat number 2 on the pole. The 91, our Season 3 champion out of Lima, Ohio, Matt Grimm. And to his outside should be the 157, newcomer to the series. Will be racing later on tonight. That is Drew Hopkins out of Brodhead, Kentucky. And starting third, also a newcomer to the series, will be the 11 of Evan Hinkle from Barberville, Kentucky. 2 scratches on the field. John Helms loaded up early, and I'm in the broadcast booth.
I'm like that.
I'm not as good as our partner Zach Smith in racing and driving, so that I don't need to view the racing.
Quitter.
Well, you know.
Well, we'll roll off here, and we learned a lot. So, I mean, again, track's kind of worked in now. Seems like the lines are pretty solidified. Are we sticking with the bottom?
I think for now you have to stick with the bottom here. The bottom is still too good to give up. But I think as that bomb's going to start slicking off, you're going to see a lot more people start to progressively move up into that brown stuff, into what would be can't speak English. What would be just marbles is grip up there. So we'll eventually start seeing some guys, if they can't make up time, start to roam up to the high side, seeing what they can get. But it does look like at the very top, there is a slight slick patch up there from everyone practicing up there. But the pace car is off, Davis. We are going green this time by.
Looks like about 3 cars on the field right now. Matt Grimm, the champion, leads them to the green flag. We're racing once again. With that signature big jump.
Big jump by Matt Grimm. Drew Hopkins in second with the 11 of Evan Hinkle right on his tail.
Drew Hopkins trying to learn something, not only for the feature coming up here, but the late model portion of tonight's Frostbite 50. Wants to see what this track's going to be capable of.
That's
here
right.
Comes Hinkle.
Hinkle and Hopkins will be racing later tonight on the Extreme Eat Speed TV for the late model portion of the Frostbite 50. Hinkle trying that top lane. I think it's just a little too early for that top lane, though.
Not going to stop him from trying, though.
That time by a little better line, but and meanwhile, pulling off in the distance, Matt Grimm is pulling away from this field.
How many times have we said that this year?
Oh, I've raced against the guy. He pulls away in the distance very easily.
2 laps to go, starting to kind of make that middle line work, straddling the fence, playing it safe.
He's starting to explore that line we were talking about there, run right in those marbles, right on the edge of it. Almost a mini cushion as the white flag is out.
He has taken the white flag, running away for this heat victory. He wants to keep himself on the front row. Coming off of turn number 4, Matt Grimm's going to win heat number 2.
Handedly over the number 157 of Drew Hopkins and the 11 of Evan Hinkle. Now we roll into the sun has come up. The sun's up, Davis.
Time to wake up.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We're going to see how long we need for a warm-up. We're going to do 5 minutes. We're going to ask our drivers, and if they give the go-ahead, we will advance the session.
All right. Anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes here. So we'll gaze upon these drivers doing their work onto the racetrack. So 25 laps now, and we got to do this with 10 cars. I wouldn't say that's always the biggest field ever, But man, you're talking about a racetrack like this, it's going to get packed.
I was worried about a bigger field tonight. Even 9 cars, 8 cars tonight will be a hard field to beat. Um, should be a lot of close quarters. No, what am I saying? Close quarters action. Um,
100%. Well, again, heavy hitters here. I know we talked about that first heat just being full of full of some hitters, but at the same time, we also had our champion in the other one. So, who do we think is going to take this thing home in 25 laps?
we've been hearing about the rivalry brewing between Caden Berry and Matt Grimm, and Matt Grimm's taking a lot of my money, and I honestly think he's probably going to take even more of my money. Smart money is on Matt Grimm.
As there is money on the line tonight. How much is everyone racing for in this event?
I believe I put up $50 for the winner here, so I better double check what my financing account says. But
Yeah, check with your accountant.
yeah, my accountant's got to tell me what I'm doing here tonight. uh, so yeah, $50 to the winner tonight. Second is 25, third's 15, fourth is 10, and fifth is $5. So over half the field going to be paid out tonight.
Great chance for these guys to come home, take a little bit of extra cash, get them a cheeseburger, or maybe 10 cheeseburgers. Who knows?
Yeah, or you spend the $5 on your Grease Vision merchandise.
That's right. If you want to make some Grease Vision merchandise, let us know and we might buy it.
Word coming down from the drivers, we will have a 5-minute warm-up. So warm-up is halfway over.
Alrighty. Yep, halfway in this. Gonna be interesting to again see how this the track works in, how these guys maneuver this racetrack. And it looks like these guys are really trying to work that top end. Obviously, tons and tons of speed up there. Are they trying to, give themselves an extra tool to be able to make some more passes?
I honestly think what they're doing is they're trying to eliminate a tool, Davis. A lot of times when these guys work the top end, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get rid of a lot of those marbles and make it a true test of skill. See if they can make it work up top where others can't. We've seen that a lot. We saw that at Knoxville where a lot of guys just went to the top after everyone saw the heat races, forced it to be a down low or pick your line race. So might be more of the same here tonight.
Could be, could be. Well, if you're here watching with us, get ready for our feature racing in the sprint car portion of tonight's Frostbite 50. First of all, we thank you so much for joining us here on Grease Vision. Let us know in the chat who you are rooting for. Looks like Cody Early has put in a couple comments. He says, let's see if it can be if it can be won from the bottom. Let's see. It's definitely the quickest way around. I know if I was on foot, that's the way I'd want to do it. But
I mean, I've run enough races here where the bottom can work if the top slicks off. Because the bottom is unique at Kokomo, where the bottom is extremely flat, almost negative banking down the bottom, where the top lane has a lot of banking. So a lot of guys try to run the top, even if they can't run the bottom. So it's two distinct different driving styles here at Kokomo.
Absolutely. Great observation by Cody Early there. We really appreciate you tuning in here. Make sure for everyone to like and subscribe to Grease Vision. Help us, feed that algorithm a little bit. Get some more people viewing the channel here. Dirt Racing 12Z says Trent be stumbling. Another great observation. He do be doing that.
Yeah. Rookie, got the rookie stripes up here.
It's whatever. You run the show.
I mean, I am the boss around here, technically, so.
That's
well,
right.
not technically, my name's on the building, so.
Yeah.
I can kind of do what I want.
It's fair.
But if you are watching, make sure you head over. The link is in the chat. Make sure you head over to the Extreme eSpeed TV main event for the late model portion of the Frostbite 50. We are ready to advance to the feature now. We are rolling in to our main event. Nice and breezy here tonight, Davis.
Nice and breezy indeed. Well, getting ready to wrap this up here, and we're going to make sure we can get that link in the chat here. Smith Media Productions, know who that is, says let's try this again on an account. Trent, get it together. Yes, Yes.
Well, I can't be like our great colleague, Zach Smith. Zach Davis. Who is that?
Whoa, easy.
We're,
I'm
we're
married.
going. We're going to. Anyway, here's our starting lineup for the 25 lap. We never said we're Fox Sports folks. Starting
We're better.
first, we are better. Starting first, the 25 from Burr Ferry, Louisiana, of Taylor Weiland, who is outside the 91 out of Lima, Ohio, our season 3 champion, Matt Grimm.
Go ahead.
All right, starting third from Goffstown, New Hampshire, Caden Berry for the Wyobe Racing Team. And starting fourth, newcomer to the series, the 157 of Drew Hopkins.
Starting fifth from out of Van Alstyne, Texas, is Logan Hoskins. Starting sixth is Evan Hinkle. Seventh, Joseph Randy out of New York. Eighth is John Helms. Ninth, the ice cream man himself, Anthony Karf out of Indiana. And 10th is some loser.
Some guy who can't talk on the broadcast. By the way, interesting note about Joseph Grandy's number. He is out of, as I pull it up here, Duanesburg, New York. 518 is the area code for that region of New York. So he's got
the more you know.
So you learned something about New York digits here on Grease Vision.
Absolutely. Well, again, we put that link to the broadcast for the late model portion of tonight's Frostbite 50 in the chat. Nick Berry says, let's go Caden Berry. Seems like there's a relation there. So we'll see how him and the whole field can do as the pace truck is off. And we are getting ready for feature racing with the sprint cars. We're off and away. Taylor Wineland leads him to turn one.
Taylor Wineland leads Matt Grimm up top. Caden Berry down low. Caden Berry already looking for the lead. He is going to... Nope, Taylor Wineland holds on to the outside, but Caden Berry leads that lap.
He did lead the lap. He is hanging tough on the bottom. He might have it this time by Caden Berry, the 12th car. Probably could say, yep, he is on the top spot. Not moving up to the top line at all, not even on the straightaways.
No, he's trying to keep it below underneath the slick here. Taylor Wineland second, Matt Grimm searching a back bumper. We have a little bit of contact deeper in the field with Logan Hopkins and the 157 of Drew Hopkins. Hoskins and Hopkins get going after each other.
It's one of those rivalries. Hoskins hanging tough on the top side. Matt Grimm is on the way. He's trying to challenge for the second position off of Taylor Wineland. He tees to the bottom. No contact as of yet. He's really trying to work that bottom. Use him up a little bit. Not able to do it as of yet. Off the corner.
Got him this time. A little bit of contact. A little bit of contact here, but Grimm will hang up. But here comes Wineland back at it again on the bottom.
This short track racing makes things so tight. This quarter-mile speedway produces some amazing stuff.
Wineland goes to the very top. He's going to have the momentum around Matt Grimm here. Can he clear? Nope. Grimm in second, but Wineland with the momentum around the top.
And while this is all happening, the leader is just loving this. Caden Berry says, "Y'all keep going, fellas. I'll keep myself up here."
Caden Berry pulling away here, about to catch the ice cream man. Anthony Karf gets loose. He pulls into the infield.
He keeps it parked. Should be out of the racing surface. He is all right.
Surface. He is pulled off for the evening. So
no caution as of yet.
No caution. We'll keep it green.
Keeping it green as the second place battle continues to heat up. A little bit of a gap now between Matt Grimm and Taylor Wineland.
Oh, Grimm in the wall.
Matt Grimm hits the wall. Going to back up to Logan Hoskins and make the battle for third more interesting.
While this is happening, Caden Berry, excuse my stumbling. Caden Berry has pulled away to nearly a half a track lead over Taylor Wineland.
That's huge for a car like this and B, for a track like this. That is amazing. He is really putting on a clinic right now.
Massive showing by Caden Berry here. Maybe a message to the drivers for next season here.
Yeah, well, they haven't all season this year. I feel like this has been pretty good. So
we are under 10 laps to go. This race has flown by.
Less than 10 miles in this entire feature event, as Wineland is getting challenged once again for that second position.
Weiland going down low. A little bit of a reversal from what we were seeing earlier in the race.
Side by side for the second position. Matt Grimm to the top.
Whoa!
Wineland gets a little loose and give the second spot to Matt Grimm. Can he chase down Caden Berry? The son of Nick Berry, as we have just learned. Berry coming up on lap traffic here. As he's now going to have to deal with, I believe,
that is
Grandy. Joseph Grandy.
And the 11 of, I know you, Evan Hinkle.
Okay, Marty Reed.
But we are under 5 laps to go. Caden Berry, a dominating lead over Matt Grimm and Taylor Weiland.
4-second lead now between first and second. I'm going to say we're going to need a caution in order for Caden Berry to lose this lead.
And right now it's not looking that way. We are under 3 laps to go. Grimm is closing, but it's going to be too little too late. 2 laps to go for Caden Berry.
Caden Berry has not won a race this year in the TCR Sprint Car Series.
He won Lernerville.
A newcomer.
Won his first race out of Lernerville.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. The Lernerville winner.
It was blacked out. White flag out here for Caden Berry.
Putting on a clinic here at the end of the season with now 2 wins on the year. Caden Berry wins the sprint car portion of the Frostbite 50 here at Kokomo Speedway. The 17-year-old won his first points race a few weeks ago at Lernerville. Unbeknownst to me, apologies on that.
Well, you know,
had another podium run
that weekend. So
yeah. Had another podium run last week in the season finale, and now he takes home the biggest payday yet.
$50 going to Caden Berry. $25 to Matt. So here's our final results. We'll just get right to the final results here. Caden Berry taking home the win, wire to wire. Second, Matt Grimm. Third, Taylor Weiland. Fourth, Drew Hoskins. Fifth, Drew Hopkins. Sixth, Evan Hinkle. Joseph Grandy coming home 7th. The Ice Cream Man, Anthony Karf, coming home in 8th. And then we had 2 scratches on the feature. Let's see if we got Matt Grimm. We got Matt Grimm in the media center now.
Let's see if we can get a hold of our top 3 here. Give us just a second to try to get them here in the booth. So we have not come across our 3rd place finisher, Taylor Wineland, as of yet. We have our first 2 guys here.
I don't know if Taylor Weiland is in the Discord. I don't believe he has a Oh, Taylor Weiland's has a Discord account, but he's not logged on. So maybe we'll go with the winner first.
Let's do it. Let's talk to our winner, Caden Berry. Bring him on up. Caden Berry, you got us.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, you had quite the night. I don't believe you started first, but you found your way through the field and put on an absolute clinic on the field tonight on such a tight racetrack in a tough conditions. What was that race like?
I don't know, man. I was just trying to just stay cool, calm, and collected there, and found the bottom. Getting under Taylor there, and it felt pretty good. And I'm pretty good at running the bottom, so I used that as my advantage, and we took a big lead, and thankfully we won that one.
Yeah, Caden, second win on the season with us here at the TCR Sprint Car Series after a win at Lernerville. What do you think did you learn anything from battling Taylor Weiland in the heat race earlier on? We noticed that you guys kind of swapped lanes and looked like you were trying that bottom early on. Did the bottom come into you towards the feature as it went on?
Oh yeah, for sure. In the heat race, I definitely learned. I mean, Taylor was on the bottom, but I started ripping the middle to the top there, and I was actually kind of catching him, but just didn't have enough run to get by him. So I kind of knew for the feature the bottom would be there, but just had to run smooth and stay calm down there, and just try not to make as many mistakes.
We're going home with $50 tonight, so big congrats on that. We know your dad was in the chat cheering you on quite a bit. So along with him, who else do you have to thank for tonight's performance?
I gotta give all glory to God, and gotta thank my mom and dad, my nana and grampy, my great grandmother Cece, my Grammy Ryder, also TJ. Also gotta thank Granite State Blacktoppers, Keep Digging, NS Construction, Drew's Powder Coating, ZMAX, Driven to Save Lives, Victory Fuel, Tournament Graphics, Ryder Family Sawmill, John Barry's Legacy Racing. Gotta thank Team Iobi, Cataclysm Computers, King Race Design, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, Stingray Rock Tools Australia, and gotta thank you guys for putting it on.
Our pleasure, Caden. Once again, on behalf of the series, thank you for coming on out. Good luck for the rest of your 2024 season.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Caden Berry, your winner here in the sprint car portion over the Frostbite 50. Let's talk to Matt Grimm real quick. Matt Grimm, you got us. Maybe.
We'll give him a second. Here he goes.
I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you loud and clear.
We got you, buddy. Hey, man, looks like you had a lot of adversity to go through tonight. Obviously won your heat, but had a big battle with Taylor Wineland throughout the race tonight. Do you think that prevented you from being able to get to the lead?
Yeah, I knew as soon as I started on the top that it was going to be bad from the start, and I'd have to really try and work my way up through there. And the bottom was where it was at. I just with him right there, it was kind of hard to get around him, and it took way too long. And then, of course, once I got around him, he found the top, so then it took even longer for me to get by him because then he was right there where I needed to be. So kind of just fell way behind. But once I got up there, I was flying. I was running them down, but just kind of needed more laps. 25 laps with no cautions is too short when you fall that far behind.
Yeah, it was a tight race tonight here, Matt. 25 laps here at Kokomo. Do you think that perhaps the top being worked in, the way being so slick early on in practice and throughout the heats might have been the difference here tonight, or do you think that ultimately just didn't make that big of a difference?
Well, Kokomo kind of goes through those phases where the top will be fast when the track is pretty fresh, and then everybody slicks it off because that's where everybody runs to get their good times. And then once the bottom got worn in, it wasn't so greasy. That's where everybody was there, and eventually it starts to go away. So then it starts to progress through the middle and back up to the top. And I knew it would come up there eventually. I just didn't really know when. I don't know if I could have moved up there to begin with or stayed up there from the start and maybe made something happen. But those first couple laps when I went up there on the initial start, it seemed like I wasn't there, so I committed to the bottom and took way too long to get around Wineland there, and that's on me.
Well, it was a very spirited battle. Definitely gave us a great show. So definitely appreciate you, Matt. It was good to speak with you once more this season, and looking forward to seeing you again here soon.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Do you have anyone to thank? Yeah, normally you speak to me a little post race. You get to speak to me right now. Anyone you want to thank for your great season here?
Well, just thanks to you for putting this on and giving us all these money races to come around and putting on a good show every week. And thanks to you, Davis, and everyone at Grease Vision for putting the broadcast on. It's been fun watching every week. And just shout out to Keep Digging, Tight Lines Apparel for being on the car. And congrats to Caden for winning, and Wineland for putting on a good battle there.
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry for skipping on you on there. It slipped my mind there, so apologies on that. But good deal. Yeah, thank you for everything, and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
It's Matt Grimm, your runner-up, your champion, and still got the biggest wallet among anyone this year.
Took quite a bit of my money. Still took some of my money tonight.
100%. Well, still a lot of action going on Grease Vision here this coming season with the Grease Car TK Racing Diecast Late Model Tour on Wednesday nights. But this will be the last Tuesday night show, last dirt show for quite a while. So, wanted to give one very big shout out to you, Trent, for everything you've done with with the league. It's been very fun to be a part of, and I wouldn't be doing this for anybody else. So really appreciate you and everything you're doing here, and looking forward to more to come.
Thank you, Davis. Guess it's a good time now. Season 4 will be back either very middle to late December or the beginning of January, depending on the holidays falling. We will have a couple summer events, TBD on the broadcast and entry wise, but yeah, this brings down the curtain on season 3. Once again, the series getting bigger and better. And I can't thank Davis enough for broadcasting and giving everyone a chance. Obviously, we had some technical issues week 6 at Lernerville. Why there was no broadcast there, but again, or I guess this kind of my chance to speak to everybody. Thank you all for coming on out. If you ran one race with us, if you ran the whole season with us, me and Matt do appreciate everyone who came on out to race with us. We're looking forward to a bigger and better 2025 season 4 event. But for now, we are not the only show here tonight at Kokomo Speedway. The tractors are coming on the track. They are starting to dig the track up. We have another race on deck. Not on this channel, but at Kokomo Speedway.
Yeah, make sure to go to the link that's been posted in the chat, I think a couple times now. Go to Extreme eSpeed TV. Make sure to check out the late model portion of tonight's Frostbite 50 here from Kokomo Speedway. So the show is not over as of yet, but for us here on Grease Vision, we are signing off. For Trent Curtis and Nathan Mont, my name is Davis Warren. We will see you tomorrow night from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.